My name is Karina Puente, and I'm a visual artist with a background in drawing and painting. And at the moment, my focus in my studio is creating large-scale mural-sized hand-cut artworks in the Mexican tradition of papel picado. I grew up in a single-parent household. My mom was a single mom raising 4 kids, 2 twin brothers who are Joaquin has darker skin and Samuel has lighter skin, and I am a middle child. My skin tone resembles Joaquin's, and Samuel's skin tone resembles my older sister Michelle. So 4 kids with varying tones. And my mom actually was a lot darker as a child, and her skin she became a lighter skinned woman as she grew older. My siblings and I would organize ourselves based off of our skin color, which I'm now reflecting on it now, how we didn't do it based on gender, and we would divide in a funny way called milks versus chocolate milks. So my lighter skinned brother and sister would be the milks, and I would be a chocolate milk with Joaquin. And so we would just divide ourselves that way. My mother would play into our game of milks and chocolate milks, and almost to entertain us and to appease us. Other than that, I think that the only other times where our skin tones came into play was through compliments, like your skin is so beautiful, dark skin is so pretty, and I would be her little chocolate drop. And my sister, who's lighter skin, never had a term of endearment based off of skin color. I think for me, what it felt like growing up was that I was always looking for a sense of belonging. Like I didn't feel like I looked like my other siblings. So that, I think, influenced a little bit of my identity and how I interacted in the world when I grew up. People see me as a woman of color, as a Mexican American woman. Sometimes my ethnicity is questioned, but I'm definitely a person of color, whereas my sister, I don't think, based off of her light skin, is ever asked questions of where she's from, or invited to step up and speak for her people in social justice movements in the way that I've been asked to step up for the brown Latino community. Something that felt really painful growing up was when an older generation, like my grandparents, or even the small time that I spent with my father, the messages were I couldn't date somebody who had really dark skin. So I was just very confused by that message of who I could date based off of skin tone. And it just felt, I knew that there wasn't something right with that, because I wanted to say, don't you know that we're brown? So I think that my mom, now knowing the pain that she felt growing up being called certain names based off of her dark skin, I can now understand how she would just really protect me and think of me and speak to me so sweetly because of my dark skin, as a way almost to heal and begin that healing process where she had a time to do it again, because she was highly criticized by her parents for having dark skin, and I received some of that residual criticism as a child. I'm not really interested in cultivating a relationship with my grandmother based off of those criticisms. To this day, I don't know how that will change, but that was so deeply rooted and seated that it's not something that my sister experiences at all. She has a wonderful, loving relationship with my grandparents, and I'm still salty about it. I think the way that I walk through the world now based on my skin color is a camaraderie with other people of color, especially right now through the Black Lives Matter movement and La Gente Unida. That means like bringing together the strength and the beauty of the Black and Brown communities. I think because I have that on the forefront of my mind every day, anytime I see a person of color, it's like, oh, I see you, like we see each other. So my relationship with my siblings today has actually been positively influenced by this project, because it was the first time, seeing family different colors was the first time that the doors were open for the conversations about skin color. I think that we didn't ever talk about it, maybe for two reasons. Maybe one, that we didn't want to, like if it wasn't named, then it wasn't an issue. And even though the irony with that statement is that once it's named, like a deeper connection and deeper love can be felt. But I think maybe we didn't want to bring it up in order to create a division, when actually the real healing happens once it's brought to the surface.